Take it
I
off.
appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's an intro. Mardi Gras intro right there. Big dog. What
you said, the French version? Gras?
Mardi Gras.
You gave the Gras.
Mardi Gras. That's more Spanish than anything else, right? Mardi Gras. I've been watching Narco for the last 2 days. So Mexico season 2 was lit, bro. Mm-hmm. It's good. I love it. But, hey man, how everybody doing today? Jonathan, what's going on?
Man, everything's cool, man. You know, having a good time. Nice weather today for the first time in a minute.
Ray, how you doing?
I'm good, baby boy. Good.
Well, welcome to episode 44.
Yes, sir. We back.
We back. Good day, good week. Everybody's probably had a blessed week. We're missing one member of the team. Who we missing today?
The dude with no socks.
I don't know what it is, but
Mr. Caveman himself.
People love that little.
People like we going in on that dude.
That little right there, that little snippet that we post on, with my man with no socks. No socks Keith.
Mr. No Sock. That's a new nickname, Mr. No Sock.
Man, I hope Keon's doing well out there, brother. We miss you today, man, but we're glad that you probably got some socks on your feet.
You probably don't.
It was a little chilly yesterday, so you probably wore socks. Today it was 50 degrees, but before that, man,
Ray, you take this out.
it's no me with that. You probably gonna have to cut that volume down on the headphones, bro. You just gotta go over there and do it, brother. You gotta go over there and do it, man.
Yeah.
But let's dive into the topics real fast, fellas. We got some technical difficulties going on. We got my man over here trying to figure out his headphones.
We good. Let's go.
That's what happens when you're self-reliant.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get over the little things.
That's a fact.
Let's dive into our first topic of the day. There's been a lot going on with the NFL. A lot of good things happening. The offseason is going on. The NFL draft is going to come up in April. They got the combine coming up in a week. But right now, we want to talk about the CBA labor deal.
Yes, sir.
It's been some things that have been proposed in that deal coming up. Some things I'm still trying to figure out. But one thing that stood out for me was the 17-game format.
Mm-hmm.
17-game schedule format.
Yeah.
And I'm throwing this around the table. I'll start with you, Jonathan. I know it's a lot to consider for the players. It's a lot they got to chew on. But how do you feel about that 17-game format? Is it something they should consider? Or is it something they should just move away from and just say, hey, we'll vote against it?
Man, I think honestly they need to move away from it. It is what it is. I mean, 16, 17, the NFL trying to make money. I think personally, these dudes ain't surviving 16 games as it is. And to add another game to these dudes with all these concussions and all of this going on, and you're trying to protect the players. And like we say all the time, the NFL is a business. They want more money. As the players, like, hey, look, bro, we already playing 16 games. I mean, when is it going to be enough? Because if we give in to 17 games, 2 or 3 years down the road, it's going to be 18 games, or 19 games, or 20-game season.
Yep.
So they're going to keep wanting more and more money because more and more people are going to watch. But I think they need to leave everything as it is. The players should say no to this, whether it's more money or not. Because at the end of the day, if you hurt or you broke up and you got all these concussions, you can't spend your money. Somebody else gonna spend it for you. And you're already complaining about all the injuries and all the stuff that they have to go through now to stay on the field. Because you ever get hurt, and with all the young talent coming through, you could be on somebody else's team, or you could be in the XFL trying to get back in the NFL. Right. So to me, I think they just need to just watch it, keep everything as it is, and keep the product moving where it's going now.
I mean, the old saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
I mean, NFL at an all-time high, super exciting. But I do like the playoff format, having an extra team.
We're gonna get into the next.
But the extra game, I don't know how they're gonna work that out as far as even number of home games, road games. Play one neutral site. But at the end of the day, bro, if they come up with enough money, I think players will do it. Because all they're doing is really just cutting out one preseason game that they don't play anyway. They don't get paid for. So why not add a game and put more money in your pocket? And I think at the end of the day, if the money talk, I think players will do it.
I mean, that's the key though. You just hit the nail right there on that second match. There is a increase in the overall.
The overall, I think it's like 1.5%.
1.5%, which
2%, something like that.
Which is supposed to be like from $48 billion to like I mean, or I
I
think
think
it's
like 46% to 48%, something
right,
like that.
which is
like
maybe.
$5 billion.
Exactly.
So when you spread that out about 53 players, 32
well,
teams.
You mean 32 teams, not 53
Yeah,
players. But no, $5 billion is still a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. I mean, you're talking about 32 teams. That's still that's millions of dollars per team.
Absolutely.
So that's a lot of money. That ain't no chump change.
Oh no.
You know what I mean? So you can't. I mean, that's a lot to consider. But I wonder, and maybe you guys can answer this question because I was wondering this: is it the player rep that actually votes on this, or I was reading that the whole entire NFL players who are part of the union, association, they all got to vote.
Yeah, they vote on
But
Tuesday.
apparently, what happens is a lot of those guys don't care. Some guys care. I was listening to one of the analysts on TV the other day. He was saying probably like 60% of the players will vote, but it's that 30% who don't
care. They
don't,
just check a
no,
box.
about 10% don't care. There's another 20% who making the $25 to $30 million who have their own agenda, who speak to each other, and they're looking at it like, how can we benefit from the fact that if that happens and we end up moving forward on this, how can it help them in the long run? Because they're making the most of the money on the team. And if it don't benefit them, it ain't gonna help anybody at all.
You know,
or it don't help their cause.
Yeah.
Or it helps the cats that are not really making a ton of money.
Yeah.
They can use that extra meal.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it helps.
Because does it go in the cap?
That's a good question though.
Because
they gotta give it like this playoff. Yeah, I think don't they have like the revenue sharing like with the players? They get, if you like make certain amount of money, you get extra money like during the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it could go into that player pool, and that's probably why they're fighting for so much money.
That's a big increase, man.
It's a big increase,
$5
but I
billion.
mean, at the end of the, but like you're saying though, who's gonna get the money?
I mean, you know it ain't going to the owners. I mean, the players ultimately going to get it. It's just how it's divvied
And how
out.
do we divvy it out?
But if they put it in the salary cap, that's not really benefiting the
It
players.
don't benefit nobody,
You know,
exactly.
The owners want to shortchange you
Exactly,
anyway.
they're gonna get some of that money out of it.
Yeah, so they gotta figure out a way.
I think they need to break it down to who's getting what. And I'm pretty sure they already broken it out.
Yeah,
We just don't know it yet with the perks and everything. And it can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. At this point in time, for the NFL owners, it's a great thing. Because now you taking the place of, and when me and Ray were talking about this earlier, you're moving the Super Bowl back to like the second weekend when they normally have All-Star weekend for NBA. So now with that going on, and so now the season's going to be longer. It's not gonna probably don't end till like January with this after the bargaining stuff goes down and all of that. So that extra game moved everything back. So we do. So now, with that being said, do you move back the thing to the combines? Do everything move back in the NFL?
Right. I mean, the off season still the off season.
Yeah.
They're just cutting down that one preseason game.
Yeah.
Most players like really not playing anymore.
That's true.
Players not even playing in the preseason hardly anyway.
That's true.
You know, with these joint practices during the week, it's like, why even play the preseason game anyway?
And I think having these joint practices do make a big difference.
Hell
Who
yeah.
who you keep.
There's control.
You
You know what I'm
really
saying?
you really can see who, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it can work. It's just that, like you said, James, earlier, the guys who making a certain amount of money, are they gonna go for it?
Yeah, like JJ Watt was like, nope.
Yeah, you know.
Oh no. Like JJ Watt has made over $100 million.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like he don't care if it's a 17 game or not because he don't need the money.
And he probably don't play. He don't play for 10 games out the year anyway. So
Let JJ Watt get cut, right?
That's a fact, right?
Exactly.
Let JJ Watt get cut, and then he's not making the same salary because nobody's
That's
going to
true.
afford to pay him that type of salary.
That's true.
Especially for an awfully injured player, especially for the last 4 years.
Exactly.
Then he'll understand why it means more to allow a 17 game season that means more profit sharing for the players. It would be a big increase for those guys.
If it works like that.
Yeah, if it works like that. So let's get to the next topic, brother. I mean, the next one is also the NFL is talking about expanding the playoff schedule from 16 playoff schedule to 16,
12 to 14.
12, 14.
No.
6 East Conference.
16 East Conference, and they're talking about expanding to a 17 East Conference. Lord, I can't even think about it right now. Right? So yeah, I'm just not long drive over here. All right, I'm tired. So, Ray, I'm gonna start with you on this. What's your thoughts on the fact that they want to increase from 6 teams each conference to 7 teams each conference for play?
I love it.
Playoffs.
Man, I love it, bro.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I don't understand. Like, I know you love it, but what is this? How's the 17? Because apparently it's only going to be one team's going to have home field advantage.
One team
no, one
bye.
team's going to have a bye.
Yeah, one team got a bye.
So now the second team
all wild
plays.
cards. Everybody's
It's all wild
card.
card. So is it really? Would it make it? Would it make the? Would it make it even more important if the second or third team? I mean, that means if you don't get the first seed, that's it. Then why care? You shouldn't shut down your players at game 13, 14, or 15 if the number one seed's already sold up.
But you might lose the home game though.
But why does it matter? Because you're going to be a wild card anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, you still want to be.
You want a more healthier team.
Yeah, you want to play. Depending on how the bracket falls, so you kind of still want to be in that top 2, 3, get a home game, maybe play the lesser of the teams.
How that home game help the Ravens?
Well, I mean, it helped the Saints either.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so is that? I mean, why is that even that important? If you take away the second team having a home game, the second team having a bye with the home game, I mean, at this point, it doesn't even make it important for that second team even to have it. I would rather have a healthier team who's clicking on all cylinders than even worry about having a home game.
But I think it helps the teams like Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? They feel like, man, we 5-8, we can easily shut it down. You know, we not really playing for nothing. If we get to 8-8, we ain't going to the playoffs anyway 9 times out of 10. But now with the new change,
how can it help Pittsburgh?
But I'm using Pittsburgh as an example because last year they were fighting, and I think they got to 8-8, and they didn't make the playoffs. But the new format, they would make the playoffs.
2 years ago?
Right, so they would fight probably a little harder versus a team saying, you know what, 2 games left, man, we're gonna shut it down. My quarterback got a nagging injury or something.
No, this what he's saying. Last year,
right, Pittsburgh.
When
same thing with the Rams.
When Pittsburgh lost, when Cleveland lost to Baltimore, right? That stopped Pittsburgh from getting in the playoffs. Pittsburgh with that 8-8, they was leading everybody else in the AFC, so they would have got in if they, so they went 8-8. Despite Cleveland losing, they still would have gotten the playoffs at that 17. So what happened last year was when Cleveland lost to Baltimore, that stopped Pittsburgh from getting in.
Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't use that comparison though.
You can use the comparison.
My comparison would have been more of the Buffalo Bills, being that they were the 5th seed.
Yeah.
And what's the difference between them being the 5th seed or the 7th seed? Because it doesn't really matter for them at that point. If you already know you're a wild card, why does it matter?
Matchups.
Or the 2
seed could be a
they
hard
could
matchup
be though.
for
That could be a better matchup for you.
It could, right?
So I mean, to me it takes less importance off the regular season at a certain point.
Not necessarily though.
Because if you got teams like say one year, I think it was like last year, when you had a lot of teams 10-3 going into the 14th week. And you got a lot of teams in the AFC that was like tight knit. Yeah. So if you tight knit at the end of the season, that one game, that 17th game, gonna make a difference. Plus, when you get in the playoff, you got a whole bunch of people tied with divisional records.
It may not though, because if we're all like, let's say if you're Houston, Buffalo, and let's take a third team, right?
Let's take Tennessee.
Tennessee, and you're all 10-3 at some point.
Yeah.
And you're looking at it like. The following weekend, so that's probably the 13th week, you're 10-3, you go to the 14th week, and then you lose, let's say 2 teams lose, 1 team wins, right? So that one team at that point is 11-3, and the rest of them are 10-4. At this point, it's only 2 teams, they've already beat you. They can turn around and say, all right, you know what? They're 11-3, we're 10-4. They beat us before. They maybe beat us twice. They swept us this season. We're not gonna win the division. Why does it matter? At this point, let's not even worry about it anymore. Let's just, you know what, make sure that our players are super healthy, get out there in the playoffs, play these road games, and try to get to the AFC Championship.
But what if you lose and you got a team that's got 8 wins and they went out? Now you don't make the playoffs.
No, because the team that has 8 wins, or let's say 8-5. You're still 10-3. You can lose the next 2 games and be 10-5.
Yeah, but if they go to a 17,
that's only if you played each other.
Yeah, but if you went out, if I'm 8-5 and I went out, now you got a bigger problem. Cause let's say you went out, right? And you be what? That gets you what? 11 and 5?
That only matters if your team, if you've won the head-to-head, or you have a better conference.
Okay, but I'm just saying that's my point. So what if everybody equal across the board?
I mean, that could be the case.
And that's gonna be a case.
That's
Sooner or
gonna be a
later,
case.
because if you go to 17, let's say you go to 17 games, that could be a case where you have 3 teams. You got 4 divisions.
Yeah.
So you got your 4 top 4, and then you got 4 other teams with the same record, or they tied in the division, the same record tied in the division. What you gonna do?
Listen, that could happen, but that's what I'm saying. The narrative could be that. The narrative can be that, you just be like, you know what, we're gonna be in the playoffs. Like it's been times with like week 13, week 14, teams already know they're gonna be in the playoffs.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And at
That's
this
true.
point, if they know, they can shut it down. They don't care if they're at 5, 6, or 7. It doesn't really matter, right? They still gonna be on the road regardless. So they know that they can shut it down. And if they're a better matchup against that number 2 seed, it only helps them.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. For that
That's true.
It
Yeah.
only helps them. So it's like at this point, it's like, and it puts less emphasis on the regular season, finishing the regular season strong. And that's been helping a lot of teams. It's been hurting. Tennessee was a prime example. It helped them. They finished the regular season strong. It helped them going towards the end.
It's going to suit the NFL. Going to have one of those situations where 8 and 18 get in, go all the way to the Super Bowl.
Well, it's just like with Pittsburgh won with the Bucs. They were the 6th seed, and they barely got in. Like even with the Giants won the championship, they were 9 and 7.
Yeah.
So I mean, I see what you're saying.
I just don't want to take away from the regular season and the importance of having a winning regular season.
Yeah, you gotta have that.
And being and hopefully having because then like I said before and then it's gonna hurt fantasy football also. So
Yeah.
I don't want to lose those.
But
priorities.
But from looking, I mean, it benefited some teams, but for the last couple of years, if you win it all season, it cost you in the playoffs. As outside of the Rams and New England last year when they made it to the Super Bowl, but this year when you had a big season and you lost.
Right.
And so I mean, it's gonna fluctuate year by year,
Yeah.
but I do understand what you're saying. I mean, it takes away a little bit from the season. But if you have teams that are stellar and they coming in there and they battling, and you get that lock point where okay, we 11 and 5, they 12 and 4, it ain't no difference, so we good. And but I think it'd be good for football, and I think it'd be bad. It had to be set in stone for really for it to be like, okay, yeah, we like this or don't like
And
it.
you gotta realize you're adding another game.
Yeah.
So now 17 games, man, that's a lot.
It's not football.
That's a lot to
That's
add.
why the
Yeah.
players don't want to play that, bro. Like from a quarterback, like he don't care, like he not getting hit like that.
Exactly.
You're in the
He don't get
trenches. You're in the O-line, D-line, getting hit every single play. That's why I be like, nah, bro, we can't have that 17.
And then you gotta think about it. So with that being said, with having the 17 games, you might, like you said earlier, them veterans, they're not doing no preseason games. Because you think about it, even if you play 2 quarters of a preseason game, that's already wear and tear for the season.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be like, nah, we're like, you know what? We ain't playing the preseason game. You better play these young boys who out here just coming into the league, ain't got no miles on them. You gonna play them in the preseason. We gonna sit here, we gonna work it out when the season starts. We're gonna do these practice the 2 teams practicing together. Outside of that, we're not doing no preseason.
That's kind of what they're doing now.
And that's what they should do.
Like practice mean the most.
Yeah.
More than really playing in the preseason.
Yeah, I think the preseason should be for guys who trying to make a team.
Yeah.
I mean, these veterans, they understand what's going on, and a lot of times, and when you had that 1 year when everybody got hurt through the preseason, they want to get rid of preseason, but they're like, nah, we making the money, the owner's making that money during the preseason. So at the end of the day, just take it like this. If you're a veteran and you got a certain amount of years, we know we keeping you, we're not gonna put you through the preseason.
Right.
But these younger dudes who trying to make the team, or people leaving the XFL, coming from Arena League, Canadian League, or whatever, if y'all trying to make a team, you're playing.
Yeah.
Unless you hurt. So I think it can be good and bad. We just have to see where the NFL carry this and see how these guys vote on Tuesday in Indianapolis.
I thought last week you gave a 2-minute limit on
My bad.
how our
You was talking
our
about it.
response is supposed to
apologize.
be.
I know one person is out,
I
bro.
apologize.
But I noticed
I had to take
that.
Keith's spot.
I just noticed that even last week you didn't stick to the 2-minute
I did.
response.
I did.
No, you did not.
I did. I don't want to hold the clock. I did.
By the way, a quick question. Tell a story like how Chicago had. How did you get Chicago hat again?
When my friends go to different states that have NFL teams, I tell them to bring me the hat back.
You do know they got like lids, NFL.com shops.
I'm laughing because I remember
about all that.
Where were we at? Oh, we were walking down by Howard University.
Yeah.
And he was bringing that guy about his hat. He was like, he was explaining the story about the hat. He was like, oh yeah. He was like, yeah man, like you from Chicago? He's like, nah man, you know, when I go to these places, and I'm sitting there walking thinking to myself like, why the heck is he spraying these
Yeah,
hats?
so crazy. He asked the question, I gave him the answer.
That was a good story. That was a good story. Yeah. So let's get to the next topic. Let's talk about my man Tua. Straight from Bama, baby. I love some Tua, baby.
Some Bama?
I won't say his last name because I can't say it that well. But
you should know that.
Exactly.
I know it well.
That's your guy.
I roll it off very well when I'm sitting at home. Tua Villanova. Tua Villanova. So like that. I say it well at home.
It's Tagovailoa, man.
Tagovailoa. Hey, whatever. I know how to say it right.
You don't know.
But anyway, when I'm right now, when we're on the microscope, it doesn't sound the same. So, Tua, just to kind of give a backstory on this topic here, Tua listed that the Cowboys are one of his dream teams to play on. He had a list of teams, but Cowboys are number one. So my question to the team here, thinking that Tua, you know, is a very good prospect. He's going to probably be a top 5, top 10 pick.
Think he's still going to be top 5?
Oh, he's going to be top 5, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Did you not see what he did to LSU on 1 foot?
I mean, I get it.
I give him 2. I give him top 10.
Top 5, bro. With
He'll be
the
top 10.
history?
He'll be top 10.
I would pick him top 5.
Top 10.
Who you going to pick over?
I mean, Burrow's going to go 1.
You think Burrow's a better quarterback than him?
It's not a better quarterback. It's like, this is the injuries. I think that's going to really, if his stock drops, it's because of the injuries. Not
so
production.
that 16 touchdowns and 5 interceptions don't scare you?
Nah, I mean, like I said, Burrow's a hot guy. I mean, you can't deny that. It's a great story for Cincinnati because, like I say, Ohio guy. I mean, he's going to be the number 1 pick. Tua would have been a top 5 pick for me.
You don't know anything about quarterbacks anyway.
But I just think it's an injury.
You ain't never had a quarterback.
It's an injury history is the reason why I think he may slide a little bit.
I mean, injury or not. I mean, injury bar none. I mean, he's still gonna be a top five selection. Because you gotta look at the talent and you gotta look at the fact that is he gonna heal correctly? He can heal correctly.
They say he's healthy.
So, but we'll see. But that's not. Let's move off of that. His injury history is going to come up, but we'll have plenty of time to talk about that for the next 2 months. My question to you guys, Jonathan, I'm going to start with you on this. Jonathan with an F.
You should change the name of your birth certificate.
Hell nah.
Should the Cowboys, since Tua is that type of prospect, he can be a generational quarterback. Should the Cowboys think about trading up, drafting Tua, and not re-sign Dak? Because Dak's a free agent. So he's an unrestricted free agent.
Who they gonna get? I mean, who gonna replace that?
You just
actually said that. I just asked you the question.
I'm asking you.
His name is Tua.
No. Tua ain't gonna play this year.
How do you know that?
You don't know that.
I don't think Tua gonna play this year, bro.
The question is not.
I don't say he's healthy.
Hold on. The question is not for you to
Let me
judge.
say the question. I'm about to ask the question. No.
The question is not for you to judge his health.
No.
The question to you is, should the Cowboys consider drafting Tua and not resigning Dak?
The only way I think they consider that if they gonna sign another veteran quarterback, if they move away from Dak, and Tua can sit behind him for a year, then okay.
Okay.
But if they don't, then I wouldn't draft Tua right out the gate, because if Tua is not healthy once you start practicing and start doing these workouts, he's not fully healthy. Now you're stuck with nobody. You don't have nobody on the roster. You done got rid of that. Who you gonna put back there?
Okay. I mean, and that's a good comment. But if he is healthy,
now if he is healthy, then he can.
If he's
fully healthy,
hold. Let me give you this scenario. This scenario. If Tua's throwing at his pro day,
mm-hmm.
should the Cowboys consider drafting him?
No, because I don't know what he can do with the bottom half. Yeah, your arm is straight. Okay. But you can't move if you're not moving around perfectly. And when you start getting that hits, when you start taking hits.
How do you think he's gonna throw the football?
Bro, I'm talking about, yeah, you can run around and throw the football and hit these dots, but if somebody hitting you, it's a whole different ball game.
Doctor, what do you think he's gonna do?
Bro,
It's a draft process. You're not gonna be out here getting hit.
Bro,
running down the field.
that's why I still say no. You can say he's healthy all day.
But your points are not making sense.
Joe, you can say he's healthy all day. You can say he's healthy all day. Okay, let's say, he's healthy to this point. He get in the camp, and something else go wrong with Tua. Or the hip is not where they thought it was at the time. You
But
still
that's
with
not,
nothing.
Then you're not realizing that's the chance you take.
So I want to take that chance right now.
That's what you should say then. You should say, hey,
I
should
said no
not
the
take
first
that
time.
chance. You should not say something like,
Look,
you can't throw the football.
I would not
hit.
take Tua
It does
at
not
this
make
point in
sense what
time.
you're
It's
saying,
too
man.
risky. It's too
Every
risky.
team is taking a risk.
Every team.
Like, what are you talking about?
But it's too
What are you
risky.
talking about?
Hold on. Is Joe Burrow hurt?
No, but it's a
But
risk.
it's a
because,
risk.
because he's had one good year.
If you sign Tua, right,
Mm-hmm.
and something goes wrong with Tua.
It's a gamble at the end.
That's a gamble.
So that's my whole point. That's my point.
Draft
Saying I
him.
would not draft Tua right now. No, I would not draft Tua if I'm the Cowboys. I'm going to sign Dak.
Okay, you say
That's what you should say.
Bro, I told y'all no the
Man,
first
you
time.
That's
went all
not what
the
you
way around
said. You
the
went
bush.
around it just to say nothing.
Damn it, I don't want Tua.
That's what you should have said.
You sound like you're a Cowboy fan or
Nah.
something, bro.
I don't care about
Nah,
Cowboys.
the way, I mean, you went all
Well,
the way around.
Ray, what you think, Ray?
Just to say nothing.
Hey, man.
Come on, man. Go ahead, Ray.
You just a Tua fan.
Sign
It's not
that.
about Tua. You said all that to say nothing. Just to say, hey, man, no, I wouldn't draft Tua. I wouldn't draft Tua. I would resign Dak. Which was the question was.
Yeah.
Your listening skills are terrible.
If Dallas had the
Whatever.
position to sign draft Tua, I would say no. I mean, Dak has shown he can make it, bro. Every quarterback coming to the league needs to improve. You know, coming out of Mississippi State, bro, he was a read option quarterback. He wasn't a pocket passer. So he's improved to a point where he can hold his own. Do we need to refine some things? Absolutely. Like, is no star athlete, I ain't even call him a star. Any athlete always should improve every single year on certain aspects of their game. So for me, Jerry just needs to sign Dak, bro. Or either tag him, but Dak is their guy. Because if you don't, like you said, the draft is so much of a gamble. Who knows what Tua is going to do? Plus, you got to move up to the top 5. You give up numerous #1 picks for the next 3-4 years
And I don't even think they
just
got
to
him.
get him. But you have a quarterback in-house that can make something happen, bro. You just got to continue to coach him up. The market demands him to be paid, and pay the guy. That's my thoughts on that. What you got, JD? Tua your guy.
You can't say his last name.
Tua, hey, whether you like it or not, I don't need to.
It's all good.
Tua, to be honest with you, I don't think that the Cowboys should. I think they should resign Dak. He's a proven commodity. So go with the guy that you build your offense already around. You have the talent there. You have everything in place for him to be successful. You got you kept your old coordinator because of him. So don't go and draft another quarterback that you know that your quarterback right now is good enough to get you to the playoffs. Now, here's the thing. If the equation comes that Tua falls in the draft and he falls right in front of the Cowboys,
You draft him.
you draft him.
You draft him.
You draft him.
Because you want him to compete.
You want to compete, and you say, you know what? Because listen, you're gonna front load Dak's contract anyway, and you can turn around. You can get rid of Dak in 2 years.
Plus,
maybe 3.
you don't know how Dak is going to fit in McCarthy's system.
Exactly.
That's true, too.
And you know McCarthy like to throw the football.
He likes
Yeah.
to
I know you got Zeke back there,
But
but
he
bro,
ain't
he
getting
had
no
Rodgers,
carry.
bro. He's throwing that thing, dog.
real recognize real. Tua is a great thrower of football.
Oh, he is.
He's
He got a nice
He is
excellent
talent.
talent.
Yeah.
He got
He's an
great
excellent
action.
talent, and you already have the assets in place for him to be successful. So,
Well, you
if-
hope, depending on what Amari Cooper
But
does.
they don't sign
They
Dak.
don't sign. They don't sign. And they don't sign
if
Amari.
they don't sign Dak, they have to sign Amari.
Yeah.
And hopefully they can get.
But they can sign both. They got $80 million in the cap space. Like it ain't hard.
Yeah,
They could make it work if they wanted to.
they just got to make it work.
He's got me.
But I feel like everything's in place. You just got to make it work, man. But if they make it work, the Cowboys are in a good position.
That will put some pressure on Dak, boy.
And then make sure
Oh, yeah, it will.
Dak has to
Well,
be
it would.
successful. Having a guy who a lot of people think is the next Drew Brees. style of quarterback
Dude, talented,
behind him sitting there, I mean, it's gonna be tough, man. So I think it will be good all around. But if the Cowboys, they should stick with Dak because they've already invested in him.
Yeah.
But if he falls in front of them at like the 16th, 7th, I don't know where they're picking the draft, and he falls in that draft.
If that happens, if I'm Dak, do you request a trade?
I don't know, man, because if you're Dak, you should want to compete because I mean you got drafted in the 4th round, but you didn't ask Tony Romo to ask for a trade.
That's true.
So it's time for you to compete.
Hold on. Why are you saying? Let me ask a question to you, Ray.
What?
On this same thing. Let's see Tua drop to the New Orleans Saints.
Oh, we drafted him all day.
And Teddy leave.
All day you drafted.
Well, Teddy's leaving.
Teddy's leaving, but I'm just saying.
Hell yes. You drafted him.
Teddy's leaving.
Yes. I don't care if Breeze had, let's say, 2 or 3 good years, right? Let's say let's say he's not 41 and he's like 38, and Tua dropped to us. You draft him.
But after fracture, he's 31. So let's go with the facts. Breeze is 31. Do you draft him?
No, because he's still in his prime. Like 31 of the quarterback, you still in your prime.
No. I said Breeze is 41.
You always say 31.
No, Breeze is 41. Do y'all draft draft Tua in this draft if he fall to y'all?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hell, you should draft a quarterback really, truly, bro, within the first 3-4 rounds every year.
I'm gonna tell you something like this. If he falls in front of the Falcons,
You draft his ass.
draft him.
Hell yeah.
And you go look at Matt Ryan and say, listen,
Hey,
you might
Hey,
be
Matt.
out here.
you got 2 years to figure it out. You got 1 year to play it, and you got, because if you Dan Quinn,
You about to lose your job anyway.
if you Dan Quinn, you could lose your job. You need to know, like, listen, you're my guy, but I didn't draft you.
That's true.
So at the end of the day,
I got no
at the end of the day, you got to realize that's gonna be an issue.
Yep.
And if I'm the Falcons, and he falls right there. It's just like they got Calvin Ridley last year. You know, they didn't. I'm pretty sure they said something to Julio, but they weren't like overly assertive about the fact that they like, hey Julio, we're gonna draft a receiver. Which should we not? Julio gonna be like no, but yes, but at the end of the day, they should. If, like I said, they draft Calvin Ridley, I was like, oh, I wanted him, but at the end of the day, I also felt like, hey man, that may be Julio's replacement.
Yeah.
Same thing goes for what's the name, man. Like, hey, listen, at the end of the day, bro, it's Matt Ryan, but
Especially if you're underachieving.
I'm cool with him being like, hey,
Yeah,
listen,
underachieving.
man, we need to turn the page soon.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I have one question to you though, Don. Why do you have your phone
Why you,
plugged up?
bruh? Cause I'm getting it. Man, mind your business around the show, bruh.
What are you trying to?
Mind your business around.
That's that Android life.
Oh, it's going. I ain't look at it pulled out. My bad.
That's the air charge.
And you just got upset for no reason. But I was gonna ask you
Bruh,
like
the air charge.
That's what came out, man.
That's the air
Hey,
charge.
hey,
That's that new galaxy.
I'm running the show, but I just want. That's why you run the show. You see everything. What I didn't know you
Bruh,
did
okay.
this.
That's that new
You have
galaxy.
unplug phone.
Nah, I ain't know that unplug.
Why. We want to know why, man.
Man, I
Our
didn't know
fans
that
are listening.
unplug,
Want to know like why is he got this
bro.
phone that he ain't plugged up?
Whatever, bruh.
Boy, y'all boys sensitive, boy.
Ain't nobody. You know you the one sensitive. Ain't nobody
Y'all
sitting around
sensitive,
here.
man. I'm just looking at you with an unplugged phone, act like you
Hey
charging.
man, my bad, bro. I had
Like
a
he was
charge.
charging for it.
Came
He was
out.
he'll hold it like this too. He was holding it like this, folks. He was holding his phone like this.
Nah,
in his
I ain't
hand.
know that unplug.
I'm like, why does he have this
Yo, I ain't know where that unplugged.
phone? Like, I'm like,
Charging
you
the air,
question.
Man, I ain't know that unplugged,
Like,
bro.
why do you have a phone that is not plugged? But hey, man, I digress, right? Let's get to the next topic here.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about my boy from Bama, from Bessemer, Alabama, Homewood finest, James.
Yeah, the 30-30 club.
The 30-30, man. Boy, setting records. So, man, Temple, Ray, what should he do with James?
Bye-bye. Say, bro, he's been a turnover machine since he was at Florida State. A leopard cannot change their spots, bro. Like, dog, you know what he is. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we was talking before the podcast. Like, dog, how long it took for that boy to knew he was blind?
We wasn't blind, but
He couldn't see.
Bro,
He
they're gonna
couldn't
swing
see
that
clearly.
first day.
Couldn't
he
see
definitely has a
clearly.
vision issue.
He had some vision, difficulties, but I think Aaron is so intrigued by his own talent. Like, don't get me wrong, the dude got an arm, and he's intrigued by the big pond plays. But dog, you're not gonna win with Jameson.
The big what plays?
The big plays down the field.
Oh, okay.
I had to re-clarify myself. Thanks for
I
having me.
appreciate
Give me
it.
that assist.
I was like, oh, like what plays?
And I think that's why Arians is so intrigued by him, because he can push the ball down the field. But they are not going to win with Jameson. Like, they're going to lock this dude up to a big deal. I think they're going to franchise him and try to see what they can, what they can do with it. But they wasting time, bro. They better go get a quarterback and put some pressure on this boy, bro, and compete, bro. They got the number 14 pick in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
They might want to look up and try to go grab one of these young quarterbacks, bro, that's in the first round, bro.
But only a few of these quarterbacks in the first.
I mean, you gotta coach him up, bro.
Outside of Tua, outside of Joe
Man,
Burrow,
look,
even
listen.
Joe Burrow had one good year.
It's good to be a quarterback right now coming out of college.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it is good. It's a good time right now. 9 times out of 10 you're not falling too far in the draft before the second round. Like, these group of quarterbacks, Fromm and Eason and Herbert and Burrow and all these boys, Tua. It's good to be a quarterback right now. Like the dude from Utah State, Love. Like, he getting a lot of love.
Yeah,
He might be a first round pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Jameson, bro, it's just how many times you gonna lose games by turning the ball over, bro?
Let me give and you're right. Let's do a little sidecar though. Sidecar question right here. Do anybody look at Jalen Hurts as a first round pick? I just want to ask that question.
I won't be. I mean, I don't think he's a first round pick. I mean, he's definitely top third round. I mean, he's draftable. You can coach him up. You know he's gonna be a leader. You know he's gonna have them intangibles, kind of like Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? I see him like Dak. I see him in that model like a Russell Dak, where he didn't blow you away with the arm talent. He didn't blow you away with all the quarterback intangibles, but I can see him coming in and leading the team. Kind of like Teddy did when he came out of Louisville. You know what I'm saying? Just do enough to win. You know what I'm saying? And not hurt us. And that's been his MO when he was at Alabama, he was at Oklahoma. Keep us in the game, and we're going to let our other team players help you, get us win.
But you know what? On the sidebar, I'm like, I do, like people talking about these other quarterbacks, but I'm looking like, we talking about the dude at Utah State getting a lot of pub and all this, and Herbert and all them. But if you look at what he's done,
Mm-hmm.
he's had great seasons.
Cool.
Oh boy, Jalen.
Oh, bro, he had a good college career.
And believe it or not, to me, I think Jalen is better than Herbert. I say, because people in Oregon hated Herbert.
Yeah.
They booed him at his own games out in Oregon.
I didn't see a lot out of Herbert.
And this is the thing, Herbert, to me, Herbert ain't as good as I think. He might get better when he gets to the league, but I think Jalen is better than him.
And I don't want to take away from the topic. We're still focused on Jameson.
Oh yeah. I hate
on that as well. But that whole sidebar conversation was just because I felt like maybe he should be somebody that Tampa looks to draft. A very, I'm still a raw player.
Yeah. Coach him up. Aaron is supposed to be a quarterback whisperer.
Right, but somebody he's a grown up.
That's true.
He's a grown-up type.
What they saying? He's a grown-up in the room.
Yeah, he's somebody that, from a grown-up perspective, that's why I feel like he can be an influence for that team, and as far as and somebody that people in the locker room.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, James has a lot of immature things that he's done, and his nature and his attitude is very carefree. He's had some very epic speeches that he's had, but James sometimes. His immature nature has got the best of him. Yeah. But you bring a grown up like Jalen in there, who's gonna be really cheap as a second, third round pick, that can come in and you sign James for a year and let them go back and forth with each other, compete and see what happens.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, I'll give James another year. I'll franchise him.
For what, bro?
And give him another year.
Say, bro.
Because this thing,
dude not gonna he gonna throw 20 interceptions this year?
But I don't know about franchising.
Or just sign him to a 2-year deal, or just sign him
Like
to
I
a
said,
yeah.
But he's not gonna take a.
Let's see what the market gives
week
him.
deal.
Yeah.
He not.
Let's see what the
I would
market
let him
gives
test the market.
Let us see what the market says, and then be like, you know what? And then, like I said, draft a quarterback in the second and third round who's going to be marginally cheaper, and then just go for it. You know, because the thing about it in our division, it's influx.
Yeah.
Outside of the Falcons, everybody else quarterback wise is up in the air. Even though Breeze is coming back, we don't know what type of Breeze we're going to see next season.
Yeah.
It's a 41-year-old Breeze. The Panthers a quarterback situation. You don't know if they really want Cam or not, and what they're going to do. They're going to draft a new quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Now Tampa, they're in an issue too. So having something steady, having somebody compete with a team that was won like 7-9 last year, they weren't bad.
They wasn't bad. Nah, they wasn't
That
bad.
has a
And they do have offensive talent.
and
on
they have
their
a
team.
defense that's getting better. Who
Yeah.
a quarterback last year just threw for 5,000 yards.
Yeah.
But it's had 30
He had
picks and 30
5,100
touchdowns.
yards.
Everybody had ESPN stuff. 30.
Yeah, right. So it's just like those things. I think are still things that we consider. We gotta consider with
Yeah,
them.
but I really would let him test the market.
But I would let
You
him
know
test
what?
the market.
I let him touch the market, but I think I would give Jameis another run
Why?
with this team.
Why? He had 4 years.
Yeah, but
Five.
but Tampa. That's the thing. Tampa ain't have the talent. Or they didn't have the talent 5 years ago like they got now. where they
Dude,
can-
Mike Evans been there for the last
And
4.
that's just
but
one
here's the
person,
thing,
bro.
though. James
That's
has
just
been
one.
there 5 years.
5 years.
I think he's had 3.
Same in draft with
But he's
boy
had-
from Mariota.
But he's had 3 different head coaches.
Exactly. But you
And
got
so has Mariota.
yeah.
Say, bro.
But I think you get
That your coaches ain't throwing the ball for you.
yeah.
But having
you
that,
have
having that
talent.
one head coach has probably helped every quarterback out there. I mean, I don't think Mahomes would be what he is without Andy.
Absolutely.
I don't think Lamar would be the same same player without John Harbaugh.
Because Harbaugh was on that hot seat, boy.
Yeah, he was.
Like,
And-
that's what
and
he
helped
with
him.
Flacco. He was on that
And
hot
I
seat.
think what helped him was say
The
we'll go
offensive coordinator, they just paid him today.
No, not just
OC.
that. Not just that. Going full in with Lamar last
And
year.
Ozzie Newsome got
Allowed them to go 9-7, get to the playoffs the year before, and then they were like, you know what? We think we got something.
Yeah.
Let's go all in with this young kid. And they went 13-3,
Mm-hmm.
and get to the second round of playoffs. That means a lot having you now. Now they're gonna re-sign John Harbaugh. They probably re-sign John Harbaugh.
Yeah,
They
signed
know
the
it.
OC. And they signed the OC today.
They signed the OC.
Mhm.
Now they're looking at it like we got a foundation built.
But
We
then
don't need
Tampa need to get some stability. Like a lot of these owners now, man, they want to win so bad they panic. If it ain't working out in 2-3 years, man, they get a whole new coach. Just like Atlanta. Atlanta could have easily fired Dan Quinn. Like easily in the last couple of years, what he's done. Maybe Dan Quinn may turn it around when he got that
No,
stability.
they should have fired Dan Quinn.
But
Not because of not just
So that's
because
what
of,
I'm saying. If you gonna give Dan Quinn a couple of more years, you might well get.
but that's not what they should have fired Dan Quinn. Not because he was in the losses.
right.
It's because of the decision he was making as far as his coaching staff. That's why I've always had a problem with him. Yeah, when he knew Kyle Shanahan was going to San Francisco, because it was really a done deal him going to San Francisco once the Super Bowl ended. He didn't keep nobody on that staff.
Yeah.
So Matt LaFleur, who's a head coach for
Green
Green Bay, was a quarterback coach. So why you didn't make that man offensive coordinator?
Because my thing too, not to change topics, like Raheem Morris. Why is he coaching? He's going with receivers?
Yeah.
Dude is a defensive coach.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
That's
that's
why
for real.
I was ready to get rid of him because not because of the fact
It's
that
decision he making.
that is the decision making. Your decision making is horrible.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, that's why I was like, man, they need another voice in the room because at this point, his decision making is not great.
It's terrible.
Yeah, and that was my issue with him, man. His decision making. Let's jump to the next topic.
Yes, sir.
The combine is this week, man.
Yeah.
You know, I love the combine. I love seeing what's going on. I love the ins and outs, the storylines. You know, seeing those players run the 40, run the gauntlet. Some of those not young, but some of those players that come from small universities, D2 schools, get a chance to get out there if they do get a chance to get out there. And then just the storyline in general is always good. Then you always have like the storylines that are not always good, like health issues. some guy didn't score well, doing a Wonderlink, whatever, Wonderlink.
Yeah.
So everybody, it's always
And the question they
something.
didn't ask.
It's so many different storylines that come out of the NFL Combine. But for me, I'll start this off. The three things the three players I want to see, or the positions that I want to see. Number one, I love seeing the cornerbacks because they run the fast in the 40s. The receivers, I love seeing that, and the quarterback. I love seeing all three of them. Sometimes I love seeing the linemen because I love seeing how many reps they do as far as the 225, because they always get around 30, 40. But I like seeing that. And the three players I'm looking for, I want to see Riggs, the third, for Alabama, because I think he may break the 40 record.
Okay.
Right? Everybody else I don't care about. But I really focus on him because I think he's going to actually come a first-round pick because he's going to show athleticism, speed, and then he'll show better route running than people expect.
Yeah.
So he's somebody I'm looking forward to seeing next week. Doctor, you go with yours.
I like the receivers when the routes, 40s. I like the linebackers too.
Yeah.
Cause you really see like the kind of speed that they're gonna be dealing with when they get to the NFL with the linebackers. Because if you got slow linebackers, you're not gonna survive in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna survive. So I want to see what the linebackers got, and the D linemen too. Defense and offensive linemen, like you said, the 225, and a lot of offensive linemen are very talented now, running the 4.8s, 4.9s, and 5+. I'm gonna go with my man Isaiah Simmons from Clemson, linebacker.
Okay.
Because he played multiple positions this year.
He's going to have a big draft.
Yeah,
some people look at him as a tweener.
He's a tweener. That's what he is.
So it's like, where can we really place him? On a positionless NFL, he can play anywhere.
He can play anywhere.
But
So
the problem
he's
is,
playing more like a 3-4.
Yeah,
that's what we're around here.
Yeah.
They don't know where he's going to be at
Exactly.
because Clemson play more of a hybrid defense anyway.
Yeah, well this year we did. Most time we played a 43. This year we had a choice, but they play a 34 and
And I think that helped him though.
I mean it
Because
did.
it showed that he can play all
The linebacker,
over.
the safety,
He can play all over the field, so that helped him.
Yeah.
I think from his draft.
And I'm gonna tell you who else I want to see. I want to see Judy, cause I like Judy.
I was about this call.
I like bro.
fast he
Listen,
Okay, so I think Judy is from a prospect standpoint, I think he's more solidified. The reason why I said Henry Ruggs, the third, because I've always had this debate with people. I think Judy's a better route runner. And sometimes Judy could be a better catcher than football sometimes. I think Henry Ruggs actually caught more difficult balls. But I think Henry Ruggs is a better athlete. And I think people don't realize it just yet until they can see him.
Yeah.
See him next week.
and that's your team, and you're gonna be biased.
No, I'm not biased. I watch them all.
Yeah.
So I can see it. I would be biased if I'm like, if I think Judy's better than C.J. Lamb.
That's
Right?
what
You
it is.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's biased.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm looking at it like from a perspective of, I just think Judy solidified. I think he's gonna be one of the top.
And believe it or not, Judy one of my favorite college players.
Boy, ball.
Dog, and
His route is off the chain.
I watched Judy when he first got there, Alabama. Listen,
That route run is his route.
Judy is one of the dudes. I'm like, man, dog, this dude. I mean, his joint be like, and he there.
Yeah.
And I like Judy.
He don't waste a lot of moves.
Judy, CeeDee Lamb, those guys run routes. Like they run precise routes. They get open. They know how to get open, and they know how to defend when you got to defend to get open.
Right.
So I want to see them two, especially those two. Outside of old boy from Clemson, Isaiah Simmons, I want to see them two, Lamb and Judy.
Because I think that 40 gonna be big for Judy though.
It gotta be.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be big for Judy, but
What do you think he should run to like solidify his top 10 status? If you think
he's got to
top
be
10.
4-4.
4-4?
He needs 4-4. He needs to be a sub 4-4 speed.
But you know what? I think if Judy run a 4-5, I'm gonna tell you why. Judy to me has proven on tape that look, if I run a 4-5, I'm gonna still be a top 10. Because if you look at the tape, he gonna give you everything.
Here's the thing that I'm going to be your devil's advocate on this. What you're saying is right, but here's a problem with Judy that I will also take because I watch every game.
Oh yeah, I know you have.
possession.
Really? Have you watched
For real.
Every game.
Every game? Every game show?
And here's the problem with Judy.
Man, that's a lot of TV you watch.
No, I just watch it on my own. I watch it on my laptop sometimes too. When you're a real fan, you watch the games. Unlike the you.
I watch them.
And if you ain't good, you're not watching.
Oh no,
So
I'm all the way through.
you ain't watching. You ain't watching.
I'm
So
all the way through.
So
Just because y'all on TV every week, I don't mean nothing.
that's because we're good. Anyway,
It's all good. It's all
here's the
good.
thing. Here's the thing about Judy though. A lot of times they put Judy in the slot, and they put Judy in the slot probably if it's 80 snaps a game, he probably put his slot. The slot probably around 55 times. And the only issue I have with that is I know he's gonna be lined up with safeties, linebackers, and he always gonna have an advantage over them. So when they get into and they gonna move you around in the NFL, but when he's that number one receiver, he's on the outside. I want to see does he still have that dog in him sometimes because he played well when things were running, but like it was the LSU game or some games he had some real key big drops that were wide open touchdowns that he would have had and I wanted to see him come down with that pass, come down with that ball. He made some great catches. The Georgia game a couple of years ago, or last year, when he caught the ball on the sideline from Jalen. That was a contested catch. It was a catch that he caught a lot of contested catch, but he also caught catches that was clean and was easy because he got a strategic advantage over safeties and the linebackers. I want to see him when he's on that number one, he's on that island on the outside, he's going against the number one corner. Right. Can he still have that same advantage? Can he still be able to get off the same way? Mm-hmm. I saw Ruggs do that a lot. Ruggs only played the outside. He rarely that or he'll run the ball sometimes. So I want to see him. I want to see him get into positions where he is. Because I mean, the reason why I say that, if you watch Waddle last year, he did the same thing. When they put him in that slot, they both ate. And they both had, and Waddle is probably about 4 inches shorter, more explosive, and that's what I'm saying. Like I want to see what can he do, and especially when you got a B. Smith on the left of you, and you got a Red X on the right of you, and I wanted to see what can he do when he's on that island. Yeah, and that's gonna be a lot. He's gonna have to work on it. Go ahead, Ray.
Yeah, I like the cornerback position. Just to see them boys there to turn them hips. Mm-hmm. I like the old lineman. You know what I'm saying? Like. In today's NFL, bro, there's so many different play schemes or getting the ball on screens, and you got to get out there quick to get on those corners. The linemen are good. I think that's what helped Teron Armstead for the Saints. Yeah. Being able to run that fast sub-5 in the 40, that got him drafted out of Pine Bluff. Yeah. But generally, he wouldn't have got drafted just because he went to Pine Bluff. You know what I'm saying? Even though he went to a big D1 and transferred. No. But I'm saying helping.
I can't say that because, Howard came from Belmont State. He got drafted in the first round.
Well, true. But I'm just saying, like, generally with the smaller schools, you got to stand out big time at those combines.
And then, but they're looking for really athletic.
Yeah, you got to be athletic, especially at the tackle position. For me, from a player standpoint, I like Simmons from Clemson. I really thought about Judy too. I think Judy has to run like that 4.4, 4.5 to solidify that top 10 pick. Mm-hmm. The numbers he put up at Bama was ridiculous. Yeah, it was no doubt that he was.
He's a great receiver.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You knew that. You know what I'm saying. But today's NFL, can he get off the jam? Can he, get up top on people? That I want to look. But the running back situation, I want to look what Jonathan Taylor going to do. What is he going to run? Can he catch the ball out of the backfield? Because at Wisconsin, he really wasn't catching the ball. Ground. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, give him the ball 30 times, you're going to pound. So I want to see if he's going to, elevate and put himself to be the first running back off the board. And I want to see this Jordan Love guy. Like, everybody's talking about this guy. He got the height. He could be in the first round. I want to see him slinging around and, throw to receivers he's not used to throwing to. Right. And see how he is.
Was it really about? Does he have the ability, or was it really just the platform he played on and the team and talent around him? It could probably limit him.
It could be. No doubt.
Made him have that down year. Yeah. Let me ask you a question. The kid from LSU, the running back.
With the 3 names?
Yeah. Claire. Who's actually originally from Alabama, right? Is that kid a first round, second round pick?
No. He tough, but
I think he more of like a second. Nah, I think he is second.
Well,
third
second
round.
day is second round.
Yeah, I think he more of a second, third round.
I think he's going third.
I think he might go second, depending on who need what. Because the dude showed toughness all year, and people and I hear Keith saying it's Joe Burrow, but let's go back. This season, Claire helped them out a lot of
Oh,
games.
no doubt.
That when Joe Burrow wasn't playing well, he was that guy.
And what would help him? Look, and what would help him catching the ball out of the backfield?
Out of the backfield.
That way you know, okay, if this guy has to be on the field 3
Exactly.
downs,
He can do it.
he can do it.
And he can do it in
Show you
space.
He's tougher, yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you, because in that Alabama game, they can talk all they want about Joe Burrow.
But
That guy made 3 key plays where he got first down when it was 3rd and 8, 3rd and 5, and I think like a 3rd and 6.
Because he got hit.
And he got hit. Exactly. So this guy, I mean,
And Falcons, are you listening?
and Joshua Dobbs.
You're gonna cut Freeman. Go get the kid.
I want to see how fast Chase Young runs.
Yeah.
Specimen.
He's such a special. I don't even think he matters how fast he runs. If he runs like a 4.6, 4.7.
You know, them shuttle runs.
He's
you know,
6'6".
Shuttle did that first like 15
Yeah.
yards.
What player that you see in the combine? What player do you feel like can make some noise?
For me, is Thaddeus Moss. Can he run fast enough?
That is Moss for LSU.
LSU. I
Okay.
think, 'cause me and my boy got a bet, a friendly 20. I think he's gonna be in the top 2 rounds. He think he's a 3rd or 4th round pick. And I think if he runs fast enough, I think he gets in the top 2 rounds. For me, Thaddeus Moss.
Donovan, what player do you feel like he can inch yourself up to the first round pick?
T. Higgins.
Okay.
T. Higgins.
Is that a homer pick?
No.
Okay.
And this is why.
Okay.
I think T. Higgins has great hand skills, great ball skills to go up and catch the ball. But I want to see him run legitimate routes. Because if you look at Clemson's schemes, it was a lot of 50-50 balls this year.
Who's the best receiver between him and Justin Ross? Because both
think Justin
both of them
Ross.
did not play well.
But Justin Ross been hurt all year. He's been hurt all year.
He
all year.
awful.
He looked bad this year. He really did.
And
And
in the championship game,
in the championship game, he looked bad.
because he destroyed them.
But I think a lot of
that.
that played in because Sunshine didn't play well. And he stunk it up. He went to bed.
Early.
He went to bed.
Early, he stunk it up.
No, he went to bed the whole game, Ray.
Oh, you talking about the championship game?
Yeah, the championship, he went to bed the whole game.
Yeah, no doubt.
I want to see T. Higgins because he got great ball skills, but I want to see him run routes and run a 40. Because a lot of the stuff that he caught this year was down the field, I'm better than you, I'm going to go up and get it. I want to see him where he got to get into that slant route, bam, you there. 3-4 step. I want to see him do that curve route, bam, you there. You see what I'm saying? I want to see him run specific routes that where you getting in, getting out. Like Judy them, you get that tap, 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 and you out of there. He can't go up there and tap, 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 and out. You know, you got to be in there, pop, 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 and you out.
What you think he gonna run?
I get T. Higgins.
Cause you know if you blaze that 40.
Yeah, that helps you. That helps you.
That gets you.
I give T. Higgins 4.52. 4.5. Cause I don't think he's fast. I don't think he has that fast twitch like Judy them. I just don't.
He's a big dude.
And he's 6'3", 6'4".
He's 6'4", 215.
Yeah.
Big.
So I don't see him
Big
having
boy.
that fast twitch like Judy them. But Judy them might get like a subpar 4.4, you know, a 4.3 on a good day that they out there feeling good and you get that 4.3 going. I see him more as a 4.5, 2, something like that.
Okay.
But I want to see him. Can you run routes? Anybody can jump up and catch the ball all day. But can you, like you said, when you on that outside and that man getting up under you, you got a 5'10" corner who got good squatting ability and can get up under you. I want to see you.
Can you still
do what you
perform?
do?
What y'all think about Jordan Jefferson? I mean Justin Jefferson, LSU. He's a hot cat.
It's a good second day pick.
Second day. Okay.
Good second day pick. He showed a lot in the slot, but I mean, I look at him in this. Like I said before, it meant a lot to have a offensive coordinator like Joe Brady.
Yeah.
He didn't have the same effect pre-Joe Brady.
Nah.
That he had
nobody
Joe Brady.
was scared of him.
Nobody was scared for him.
And Joe Brady's not gonna be calling his plays unless the Carolina Panthers draft him. So nobody was afraid of him 2 years ago. He's been playing since a freshman.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking at Tavon Diggs. I want to see what he looks like in this draft. I mean, in the combine. I think it's gonna be interesting. He's the third of the Diggs brothers. One plays for UAB. He plays for Bama, and then Diggs